hindi lahat ng Rolex is investment.
Yes.
Why were they willing to spend so much for a watch? You can get the time from your phone. I'll have to make it work kung ano yung meron ako sa paligid. So there are people who buy what they love. Pero merong iba, like they buy as an investment. Investment-wise, mas madali to invest in. Buy what you love, but make sure na you can afford it. Huwag ka mangungutang. Tumaas yung price. Parang umabot pa ng 198 in a few months. Dressing well or dressing up is a form of living. I'm not someone who would push a watch just for the sake of closing a deal.
Yeah.
Sa akin, ang luxury is something that you enjoy. It's not something you wear to prove a point. Ang lagi ko kasing nasa isip, wala akong pera.
Talaga?
Wala akong pera.
Hey! This is Kuya Jay, and welcome to latest episode of Pera and Purpose Podcast, a show about money and meaning. My aim is for you to use money as a tool to live a meaningful life. And yes, welcome ulit sa ating special episode. And bago natin simulan to, gusto ko munang i-share ninyo sa inyong KKK, ang inyong kaibigan, kamag-anak, kapatid, kaaway, kaopisina, kachismisan, lahat ng kay mo. I-share mo to sa kanila kasi I'm sure if you've been listening to the podcast for quite some time now, and nabago nito ang inyong mindset around money and purposeful living. Mahalaga tong episode na to for me and also for those raised with a practical view on money. Pero back in my 20s, I collected over 30 plus pairs of sneakers before moving to Dubai. Akala ko noon it was my passion, pero to be honest, I was just buying to impress other people. I didn't fall into debt, pero I had nothing saved. Yung experience na yon made me see luxury as wasteful. But through coaching and meeting other people, I saw another side. Kaya sobrang excited ako na i-share sa inyo itong conversation ko with Grace Soriano, who is the founder of Watch Girl Dubai, a platform that proves luxury can be intentional and meaningful. We talked about what luxury really means, why people are drawn into it, and how to enjoy it without losing control of your money or your values. Make sure to finish this till the end kasi first time kong narinig yung shinare niyang mindset that helped her become successful sa kanyang industry. Also, this episode is brought to you in partnership with ProFriends for their Pro Angat Talks, a program that supports overseas Filipinos through upskilling, personal growth, and meaningful connections. So, without further ado, nandito na ang aking conversation with Grace Soriano. Kung muna malaman, paano ka ba nag-start sa Dubai and ano ba yung story mo? I know you started your life sa Baguio and started learning about fashion there, pero what made you come to Dubai?
Well, 10 years ago, my entire family were here in Dubai, even my parents. So it was only my husband and I who were out of Dubai. We were traveling for work.
Okay.
Tapos we had 2 months vacation. Sabi ko, why don't we visit my family? And, to see them and at the same time, see if there's anything for us in Dubai. If there's nothing, then we go back to work. If not, be good. Kasi we will be with my family. Tapos, after 2 months, I found a job. After 2 months. Pero, parang after a few months, medyo naging toxic yung environment.
Okay.
Kasi, parang one of my colleagues then, parang she found out kung magkano yung sahod ko. Tapos, parang may comparison. Kaya nga, di ba, sinasabi nila, don't ever talk about your salary. Kasi it's human nature. Maano ka. I was a newbie in Dubai. No experience. Zero experience in GCC. Tapos, like, I was getting more than her. I had a better, parang higher position. I had my own office. Diba? Parang human nature, man. So, naging toxic.
Okay.
So, malaking factor sa akin yung environment sa work. So, yung peace of mind ko, parang, iba na.
Oo.
So, I applied. I was hired sa Emirates, cabin crew. So, I signed all the contracts, ganyan. Tapos, when I was about to join the training, I got another offer. Kasi nga, while I was at that old previous company, I just kept on applying. Kahit ata pilot, in-apply. Kasi nga, para lang mapansin nila, at least makita nila yung CV ko doon. They might laugh at me kasi nga, pero at least nakita nila, no, I have this experience. Anyway, I got another offer. Tapos, sinisip ko na, do I really want to become a cabin crew? I have nothing against, what they do. Pero, inisip ko, like, is that something I wanted to do? So, kinuha ko yung isang work.
Okay.
Tapos,
which is, ano nga yung isang work yan?
So, I worked in Denata.
Okay.
Oo.
Sa airline industry?
Hindi, parang office na siya.
Yeah, okay.
Oo. Tapos, everything was going well. Tapos yung mga colleagues ko and my managers were always telling me, you shouldn't be here. You should be in fashion.
Talaga?
Kasi nga siguro dahil pumapasok ako lagi,
Oo.
ganyan.
Fashionable.
Tapos, one Ramadan, I enrolled at FAD Institute of Luxury Fashion and Style.
Okay.
Tapos I got myself certified as a personal stylist and personal shopper. So I've done that not to shift careers because I was happy. Happy ako with my colleagues and everything.
Anong work mo sa Dinata nung time na yun?
Sa customer service.
Customer service,
Oo.
okay. Yeah.
Tapos, so I didn't do that to shift careers. I did that kasi I wanted to learn the theory of something that I love, which is fashion. Tapos, after a few months, unfortunately, I got pregnant. Unfortunately, I lost the baby at 7 months for stillbirth. Tapos, my company then was following the UK policy. So, UK policy, they've given me 9-month paid leave. So, like I was just at home.
Yeah.
Tapos I was getting paid. Ganyan. But a month before ako bumalik sa trabaho, I got an unexpected call from MR. Na sabi, we're opening Fashion Avenue. Do you want to join as a part of the personal shopping team? So ako, oh my God, okay.
Ito na yun.
Imagine, binayaran ako for 9 months leave. Diba? Parang you're getting paid, not working. Tapos a month before joining, sasabihin mo na aalis ka. Diba? What would they think?
Oo nga.
So ginawa ko, I approached my manager. Sabi ko, I'm coming here. I'm approaching you as a friend, not as a manager.
Okay.
Sabi ko, this is what happened. I was getting a better offer. Tapos, in fashion.
Yeah.
Diba? Sabi ko, and I swear, I promise, I didn't look for a job. Basta tumawag lang. Kasi siguro nga, like I was going out.
You have all the time nung time na yun.
What I was telling you earlier, parang I was going out meeting people, even
Yeah.
yung mga restaurants, that it has nothing to do with fashion. I
Yes.
was just meeting people. Kahit na yung ibang friends ko sinasabi, why do you go there? Kasi it has nothing to do with what you wanted to do, which is fashion. Sabi ko, maybe I'll meet someone there who would introduce me to the person who would help me, reach what I wanted to do. But I didn't apply. Wala, hindi ako nag-apply. So I just got that call. Tapos sabi niya, you're very smart. Kasi nilapitan mo ako as a friend. Kasi as a friend, I would tell you, it tick all the boxes.
Yes.
It get better package. Tapos in fashion, like we always tell you na you should be in fashion. So go for it. But as a manager, diba?
Maganda strategy yun, ha?
Oo.
Ibibigay ko sa misis ko yan.
Oo.
Kasi parang may currently.
Approach as a friend.
As a
Ganyan.
friend.
Pero sabi niya, as a manager, no, kasi nga, we paid you parang
Yeah.
9 months na hindi ka pumapasok but you were getting your allowance. Tapos all of a sudden, hindi ka nasasali. So just resign but don't tell them na nakahanap ka ng job.
Okay.
Ayun. So that's how I started sa fashion.
yeah.
Oo. So while I was at Fashion Avenue, I was having the time of my life. It's something that I wanted to do.
Okay.
I was getting exclusive invites sa mga events, yung mga exclusive launch, yung mga bagong collection. Kami yung mga first na nakakakita before they even, show it to the public or to their clients. Tapos, we went on vacation sa Philippines. Nasa La Union kami ng husband ko. We were surfing. Somebody called me from Dubai.
Okay.
Sabi niya, we want to invite you for a job offer.
Again?
Oo.
Wow.
Tapos, sabi ko, wait lang. Sabi ko, where did you find me? I didn't put my CV anywhere. Kasi nga, I was having the time of my life at Fashion Avenue. Tapos sabi ko, can you call? Ano pa ako? Iinis pa ako kasi nasa bakasyon. Oh.
Okay.
Sabi ko, pero syempre hindi ko pinaramdam. Sabi ko, can you call me back after 1 month? Kasi I'm on vacation.
Tama naman.
Oo. So, dead ma. But after 1 month, they called me.
Tapos na yung bakasyon mo.
Tapos sabi, we wanted to invite you for a job offer. Ganyan, but it was confidential. They didn't tell me what it was about, anong company, anong work, ganyan. So ako lang na-curious ako, ano to? Parang ayaw sabihin kung saan. Ayaw. So yung curiosity ba na parang nakaabot ako ata ng 4th interview. Pumasa ako ng 4th interview without knowing kung ano yung pinapasukan ko. Tapos on the last interview, sinabi na it's about watches.
What?
Oo. So I didn't know anything about watches. I
talaga?
only have an idea ng Rolex. Kasi sa personal shopping, my clients had specific requests. Kunwari, I'm looking for Rolex, the the one with green dial, green bezel, ganun lang. Pero yung history, complications, ano yung pricing, ganyan,
Iba siya.
I had no idea about it.
Okay.
Tapos sabi ko, baka pwedeng, I'll hit two birds at the same time. Yung mga
Fashion.
watch collector
Aha.
na lalaki,
Okay.
diba? So they will be my clients. Tapos baka pwede kong isingit yung personal shopping. I'll do it na on my own na.
Yeah.
So kinuha ko, tapos better package,
Yeah.
ganyan. So, sige, go. So that's how I started. Tapos eventually, yun, natuto ko with clients. Tapos I was hired as a buyer.
Okay.
So every day, every single day, iba-ibang klaseng watches.
Yung
Mga
nakikita mo.
presyo talaga. Alam mo yon, from to...
Wala akong idea. Ang alam ko lahat ng watch is Seiko. Pero...
Oo. Tapos hindi ko naiintindihan. Parang I tried to understand bakit itong mga taong na to, they were willing to spend so much money.
Yes.
Mas mahal pa sa bahay. Iba,
Yes.
mas mahal pa sa kotse.
Yeah.
Why were they willing to spend so much for a watch na, alam mo yon, parang you can get the time from your phone.
Yeah, yun nga
Diba?
yun actually yung lagi ko iniisip before na ba't ako bibili ng watch na same time lang naman yung sinasabi niya, 'di ba?
Oo.
Unless siguro sinabi ko dati noon, bibili lang ako ng relong yan if I can time travel.
Oo.
Babalik ako doon sa
Yeah.
20s ko.
Oo.
And ayusin ko yung mga kapalpakan ko sa finances. Sabihin ko mag-invest ako ng maaga
Oo.
and wag ubusin lahat sa sapatos. Kasi
Oo.
iba yung mindset ko around money at the time.
Oo.
Pero gusto kong balikan yung sa career mo kasi parang ang daming magandang opportunities and all of those things aligned sa interest mo,
Oo.
sa goals mo, stable yung income,
Mhm.
pero you still decided na magkaroon ng Watch Girl Dubai.
Siguro kasi mainipin akong tao.
Okay.
Na parang naka 4 years ata ako doon. 4
Mm.
years. Parang matagal na yun eh. Usually sa company, tumatagal lang ako ng 2.5,
Ako
gano'n.
1.5.
Oo, gano'n. Sabi ko, hindi na tama to. 4 years na nandito pa din ako.
Oo.
Masaya ako dun sa company kasi they're very supportive. I can
Okay.
still do my styling. Kung meron ako mga gigs, they support me.
Okay.
So, masaya ako doon. Pero naisip ko lang na parang I could earn more if I'll do it. Kasi parang we give commission to referrals. Yung referrals, ang laki. So, what if ganun na lang ako? Alam mo yun?
Wala na yung
Parang,
cut nung
oo.
isa.
So, inisip ko, okay, wala akong monthly income.
Aha.
Pero if I'm gonna push more, parang I can get more.
Okay.
So, wala. Lakasan lang ng loob na parang
Okay na.
parang, pag nandun na ako sa sitwasyon na to, wala akong choice kundi trabahuhin to.
Inisip ko kasi yung mindset mo around that time na paano ka nag-prepare ka ba financially, like nag-set ka ng certain amount of money before you head straight forward, and I think may anak ka na ba nung time na yun?
Yeah, yes.
'Di ba? So yung risk there is like ako very risk averse ako. Although yung choices ko in terms of, let's say, mas gugustuhin ko na mag-work sa sarili ko, pero may ilang area na ayokong i-take yung risk.
Yeah.
Like bago ko siya gawin, nag-save muna ako ng 3 months of cash
Yes.
bago ako mag-jump into doing whatever it is that I want. And then, yun din yung sinasuggest ko sa clients ko, like, you minimize your risk and all. So, sa'yo, ganun din ba? Or, teka, parang sa tingin ko kaya kong makakuha ng ganito karaming kliyente and then ito lang yung expenses ko every month and then...
Ang lagi ko kasing nasa isip, wala akong pera.
Talaga?
Wala akong pera. So, hindi ko gagalawin yung kung ano man yung meron ako. Basta lagi akong walang pera. I'll have to make it work kung ano yung meron ako sa paligid, which is my connection. Yung relationship ko with the people, relationship with the clients. Parang during that time na I was working there, I was able to build relationship and build trust with those people. Yung niloloko ko sila, I didn't get clients. They followed me. Parang ganon. Kasi parang, they've trusted me. Mga malalaking tao, like big collectors, they would come to me na, alam mo yon, to ask what I think about the watch before they even spend it.
Okay. Ang galing Gusto ko yung mindset ko na yun. And coming na from someone na in luxury, I always thought na parang yung mga YOLO na mindset na, ang dami kong excess cash na I will just do everything what I want.
Yes.
And yung husband mo at the time, was he someone na meron ba siyang...
He always had a stable job.
Okay.
Pero kasi nga, with the trust that these clients have given me, parang they gave me their watches. Malalaking value ng watches.
Yeah.
Like, they gave it to me, nasa akin, physically.
Wow.
Na parang, sige, I'll leave this to you. You sell it. So from then, yung alam mo yon, from there, dun ko na-build yung
trust. And
Oo.
I think right now, yan din natutunan ko na trust is one of the best currency that you can have.
Yes.
Yung pangalan mo, yung brand mo, it's something that you always have to protect.
Yes.
Kasi yan yung magsusustain sa'yo eh.
Totoo. Yeah.
And it's a great thing na ngayon ko lang talaga nakikita yun na parang, okay, inisip ko lang akong pera. Parang iba yung mindset na yun Na
Oo.
first time ko nakarinig na may sabi sa akin na wala akong pera and I have to burn all my
To
boats
start from scratch.
para to start from scratch and do everything that I can and
Yes.
become the most resourceful person that I can para
Oo.
mag-succeed to. Parang there's no plan B.
Yes.
If I've read itong Think and Grow Rich na banggit doon na you have to have this burning desire.
Yeah.
And another chapter din binention doon is you need to burn your boats.
Yes.
So parang ganun yung nakita ko sa'yo. You burnt your boats and there's no plan B.
Yes.
The only way is to move
To
forward.
move forward. True.
Galing. Okay, wait. Kasi talagang, ito yung gusto ko sa mga interviews I get to understand yung mindset nila. And share ko siya sa inyo, guys.
Everyone, it's Grace Soriano or Watch Girl Dubai. Samahan niyo ko sa Pro Angat free workshop on how to dress with confidence on the 23rd of May at Novotel Alvarez at 7 p.m. You just click here to register. Again, it's a free workshop, so all Filipinos are welcome to join.
Ngayon, I want to talk about yung part na you're serving yung clients mo into really luxury. Hindi ito yung mga hindi usually mga Filipinos na naging clients mo.
Yes.
Lately, I think nagkakaroon ng mga additional pero
Yes.
most of them are non-Filipinos and gusto ko maintindihan ano ba yung mindset nila around buying luxury? Kasi ako before, I thought na I was buying this is 2013 Jordan 1 Breads. May mga story to behind this and I think I bought this kasi I thought na ito na yung identity ko.
Yes.
Na I'm a sneakerhead. So a sneakerhead has to wear the freshest shoes.
Yes.
And I had to walk like an astronaut para hindi siya mag-crease. May mga ganung mga bagay na. And what I was thinking na if I buy this, ma-earn ko yung respect ng office mates ko. Kaya lang naging problema ko back then was, so sobrang dami ng mga next na sapatos na darating. Hindi enough yung sweldo ko. Parang sabi, okay, kakabili ko lang nito and then next month may bago na naman. Parang iba na, hindi na uli ako yung sikat sa office. Parang ganun yung iniisip ko. Kaya hindi ko alam yung mindset ng mga people who buy luxury. Bumibili ba sila dahil with that kind of mindset that I have? Or is it because may excess sila? And they do it for themselves. Ewan ko po ano yung client base.
Well, with watches kasi iba-iba. So there are people who buy what they love. Parang reward for
a milestone.
Sa sarili nila. Milestone, parang ganyan, success. Pero merong iba, like, they buy as an investment.
As an investment, okay.
So, like, yung first watch nila, for example, they buy it something that they can flip. Tapos they can buy another watch that they can buy another watch that they love and at the same time buy another watch again to invest.
So parang free na yung watch that they love.
Yes.
Okay, gets ko. May ganyan din ang mga kilala before. Ang problema ko lang was, pag nasuot ko na siya, ang hirap niya i-let go.
Okay.
Kasi sobrang ganda niya eh. Kasi binili ko siya kasi gusto ko siya. Tapos meron kang grupo ng mga tao na gusto rin yung meron ka. So syempre, andun yung demand na, ang ganda ng sapatos mo.
Yes.
Tapos parang iba yung feeling eh. So ayoko na ibenta. Na-attach na yung identity ko dun sa... I think yun yung naging problema ko na yung value ko as an individual was so attached with the things that I own.
Yes.
Nasa sobrang ayokong mawala yung status na yun. Ayokong gusto ko na ako lang lagi yung meron. Parang naging... Ewan ko yung naging mindset ko talaga nung 20s ako eh. Pero... may iba naman na ganoon yung ginagawa. They buy it for the sake of flipping it, making money out of it. Saka iba-iba din yata ang kada luxury item.
Yes.
Lalo na sa watches. I'm not sure if gaano ba kahirap yung pagtatabi niya, yung cost of preserving it ba or keeping it. May mga ganun pa ata eh, right?
Yung iba kasi parang investment-wise, mas madali to invest in watches kasi it's something that you could wear, you could enjoy na I'm not saying all of the watches na parang yung value nila is nagsistay. Pero meron din na iba na hindi ka man mag-earn ng money after how many years, yung value niya is the same. So you're not losing anything. So you still get to enjoy it, you get to wear it for years.
Okay.
But still, kapag...
retained yung value niya.
Oo. Tapos walang maintenance.
Yeah.
Diba? Maintenance is madali lang compared to other, for example, cars. You need parking lot.
Yeah.
Diba? Kapag nagko-collect ka ng cars, you need space. Tapos,
may insurance
maintenance, may insurance pa and everything. So, that's why I think yung ibang tao is they
prefer watches.
Oo.
Napansin ko rin may iba kong kaibigan na nagko-collect ng watch. they buy it for access eh.
Yes.
Parang if you are an owner of this kind of watch, iba
Yes.
yung access na kaya niyang ibigay sa'yo eh.
Yeah, building your profile.
Building your profile, you are attracting the clients that you prefer. Ang sa akin naman, sa ginagawa ko sa coach,
Yes.
ang napansin ko naman, ang mga clients ko ngayon na they make so much money, pero hindi mo sila makita sa panlabas kasi they wear black shirts, minsan sira-sira pa, pero magugulat ka, hindi ko makita ang hirap nilang basahin. Pero they would approach me and they would need help sa finance. Hindi ko makita na they would own those things. Kaya parang sa akin, the way I attract clients is siguro how I communicate, how I show the solution to them. So iba-iba siguro talaga And may nakita akong isang video dun sa Instagram na gusto ko to Tinanong mo siya na Patek yata yung binili niya before.
Okay.
And then tinanong mo siya, ano ba to? Binili mo to kasi gusto mo siya or what? Because of the trend. Sabi niya, binili ko to kasi ito yung swak sa budget ko. He bought it for like 80,000 dirhams.
Okay.
Baka maalala mo yung episode na yung ano na yun. And then sinabi niya doon na nagtanong ka ng anong magandang advice sa mga gustong bumili ng first piece nila. And sabi niya doon is you only buy and you don't buy in debt.
Yes.
And you only buy
what you can afford.
What you can afford and what you love, not because on trends.
Yes. True. Kasi, how can you enjoy something na every time you would look at it to appreciate it, may isip mo, may utang pa ako. Di ba? Hindi pa ito bayad. Na parang, saan ko kukuhanin yung pambayad ko for this
right?
watch. So, yeah. So, that's one advice na parang, buy what you love, but make sure that you can afford it.
Yeah.
Huwag ka mangungutang.
Ano yung pinaka most memorable mo na purchase?
Okay.
Na siguro may konting regret or what? Meron bang ganun? Or talagang lahat ng binibili mo is intentional?
Hindi. Ano ba? So, lumabas yung Rolex Tiffany dial.
Okay.
Nakuha ko siya ng retail price.
Okay.
Not through the store, through someone. I got it at retail price. Tapos, tumaas ng tumaas. So, parang nabili ko siya ng 33, mga ganon.
Okay.
33,000. Tumaas ng tumaas yung price. Nag-hype. Parang umabot pa ng 198. Parang ganon. In a few months.
What?
Oo. Tapos sabi ko, ano ba? Ibebenta ko na ba? O ano? Hindi. Tataas pa yan. Naging greedy. Diba? Parang 33 mo lang nabili. Choosy ka pa sa 198. Oo, ganyan. Oo. So sabi ko, hindi. Hindi naman 190. Basta 100 plus. Ganyan.
Kahit na eh.
Oo. So sabi ko, hindi. Tataas pa yan kasi lumabas yung Patek Philippe na Tiffany. So lahat ng Tiffany colors, parang tumataas yung value. Parang you can't really predict eh. Tapos nung bumababa. Oo, parang nabenta ko na lang siya ng 80.
Okay.
Malungkot pa ako. Kasi, I know yung sa watches. Oo, na parang dapat binenta ko na to ngayon. But still, I didn't lose anything.
Yeah. Pero you still feel na...
Yes, I was defeated.
Yeah. Alam ko kung bakit. Common yan. Ang tawag dyan is loss aversion sa behavioral finance. Nafe-feel mo yung loss ng money twice as much as you gain for it. It's a common human bias.
Human nature.
It's human nature.
Yeah.
And
so yun yung
I can't complain dun sa kinita mo pa rin. That's really good money. And that's interesting. Pero katuwa. And going back to this sa ating conversation nga, no? Dahil sa ginagawa mo right now, parang part siguro ng job mo or ng career mo or profession mo is to always look your best. Was there ever a time na parang na-pressure ka na kailangan maging successful ako sa mata ng ibang tao? Kasi ito yung ginagawa ko eh.
Hindi siguro pressure. Kasi for me, dressing well or dressing up is a form of living. It's like taking a shower every day.
Yeah.
It's like brushing your teeth twice or thrice a day. Parang sa akin, you have to dress, decent, and you have to be clean.
Presentable. At least, yeah.
And sa akin, parang naiinsulto ko. Kunwari, meron akong party, may theme, may dress code. Tapos may makikita akong hindi naka-theme. Parang there's a reason. Diba? Parang putting up an event, a party, it takes so much of effort, money. Tapos hindi ka susunod dun sa theme. So parang sa akin, yung dressing up is a form of respect and courtesy. So it's not really pressure. Parang it's a form of leaving.
Yung example mo na naitatawa kasi at one point I was that guy.
Okay. Nakakainis.
Nakakainis. Sabi ko, teka, ako yung kinukwenta. Okay, ayusin ko na yung ano ko talaga sa pagdating sa ganun. Kasi ako naman, napansin ko when it comes to presenting myself, parang gusto ko lang naka-t-shirt, naka-black. Ayoko na pressure sa pag-iisip ng kung anong isusuot ko. And I think...
It doesn't have to be expensive or ganyan, but at least be presentable.
And naalala ko yung sabi mo nung workshop natin dito kay Kilomeres, tumatak sa akin yun na, whether you like it or not, people will judge you.
Judge the book by its
cover. Sabi ko, parang if I want to attract yung wealthy clients ko talaga, I need to at least somewhat, I need to look like someone that they would trust with their finances and all, di ba?
Kaya hindi mo masasabi kung may pera ako or wala. Kasi I dress the same, parang, so bahala ka. If you wanna think I have money, or if I don't, it's up to you. But this is how I dress. Not because, I feel pressured to show up like this.
So, dito sa journey mo na, kasi kanina habang nag-uusap tayo, parang, sabi mo, yung Watch Girl Dubai is technically just 2 years pa lang.
Yes.
And yung mga first mo was parang 4 years sa trabaho. Meron ka ba mga ginawa? Parang inisip mo mistake siya early on, pero na-realize mo, hindi, maganda pala siyang, it's a good mistake pala na nangyari dito sa journey ko na to.
Siguro, something that I've done na I thought it was a mistake, but eventually helped me grow my platform. Is showing my face online.
Okay.
Kasi I see a lot of platforms or, accounts. They trade and sell watches, but it's a faceless account. But for me, parang I wanted people to know who they're dealing with, to understand. Kasi ba? Kasi we're not talking about bariya. When you buy luxury goods, luxury watches, hard-earned money to. And hindi mura ang relo. Diba? Paano ka bibili to someone na you don't really know? There's a saying na, people don't buy the product, they buy the seller.
Yes.
And I believe in that.
Yeah.
So for me, having that visibility na showing my face, parang it's a responsibility na parang I need to really research. I have to make sure that I tick all the boxes of what my client is looking for. Is it the right watch for them? Is it something that they would enjoy in the long run? Kapag hindi, I would not recommend it. I don't really consider myself as a salesperson.
Okay.
I'm not someone who would push a watch just for the sake of closing a deal.
Yeah.
Pag tingin ko, hindi para sa'yo, I won't do it. So minsan naisip ko, tama ba na nasa ganito akong field? Kasi diba, if you're not built to hard sell, parang,
ang hirap.
Oo, ang hirap.
Paano yung approach mo? Wait lang, kasi ako naman, ganyan din yung mindset ko lang. Galing ako sa ganung industry, umalis nga ako doon kasi ayoko magbenta ng products. I want to educate people and make them or guide them in making their own decision eventually sa finances nila. When I talk about business, we have a business kasi we are solving a problem. Sa akin siguro problem about finances. Pero sa clients mo, ano yung problem na meron sila? Ano yung magagandang problems na meron sila when it comes to buying luxury and they come to you? Parang doon ako curious din eh.
Hindi, kung tama ba na bilhin nila yung watch, ganyan. Or so I asked a lot of questions. We talk about it. Ano bang reason why are you buying this watch? If it's about investment, then this and that, ganyan. Kung hindi, if you're buying it kasi you wanted to reward yourself or wala kang something na ganito na you always go out sa mga events is wala ka ng dressy watch, then
similar tayo kasi they seek for clarity sa decision making and you ask those questions.
I try to understand. I have a lot of watches to offer. Diba? Na parang kung tutusin, pwede kong ito
na lang,
laruin ko yung na kahit hindi naman ito yung magsasolve ng problem mo.
May ganyan akong tropa nun, wait lang, sorry, kakat kita ha, kasi sabi, ang ganda nung sapatos na, bili mo na yan. Parang ganon, ang hype man naman siya. Ang bira, ang dami ko ng sapatos, hindi ko naman pala gusto kasi na-hype lang ako. May ganon din ba sa, nadadala lang ng hype, tapos they come to you?
Yeah, kasi may mga trends. So, iba-iba sa watches nga, iba-iba. May flippers, may collectors, meron yung dahil ito yung uso ngayon that they have to have it.
Okay.
Ganyan.
Kasi yun yung something na interesting sa akin eh. Like, ano ba talaga sinusolve ng luxury?
Kasi for me, ako yung approach ko, it's not about having many clients. Parang, I want clients na babalik at babalik at babalik sa akin. So kahit ilan lang sila, kahit 3 lang kayo, Pero yung, diba, they keep on coming back. Kasi nga, they trusted you. Parang sa akin, yun yung mas importante.
Yun yung relationship mo with them
Yes.
for them to be a repeat client.
Yes, oo.
Isa.
Tapos, yun nga, so since my face is out there, one mistake, one bad decision can ruin everything that, I've built. So that's why I thought, mistake, na putting myself out there, baka nung, alam mo yun?
Yung risk
Pero
na ganun,
hindi.
right?
Yeah. Parang mas na-build yung trust because there is a face.
Yan din naging problem ko before. Like, ano bang gagawin? Gagawa lang ba ako ng very, very generic na content online or social media, or should I show my face then as well?
Yeah.
Kasi risk, you're taking that risk, diba?
Yes. Oo.
And I think the only way for a person to succeed is to really take risks.
Yes.
And ito pa gusto kong malaman dahil you are in this industry, I wanna understand, ikaw, ano mismo yung pinaka-definition mo ng word na luxury?
Sa akin, ang luxury is something that you enjoy. It's not something you wear to prove a point. So, kailangan na-enjoy mo siya, hindi dahil you're impressing other people.
Okay.
So, that to me, that's luxury.
Like, really doing whatever it is that you want because you want.
Yes.
Having that freedom.
Having that freedom.
There's similarity with what we're doing. Na I always tell my clients na you need to make sure na yung definition mo ng freedom is something that you've clearly defined.
Yes.
And that to me is success.
Yes.
You have the opportunity to do whatever it is that you want with whoever you want and whenever and wherever you want to. I think that is also my personal definition of luxury naman. So, jumping into this ating dahil we are going for your webinar workshop for Pro Friends sa May 23.
Yes.
And it's about dressing better, which is I really need right now. I should hire more for your services. And ano ba yung pwede mong maging tip sa akin for someone na, let's say ako, gusto ko kasing maka-attract pa nung clients ko, same what you're saying, I don't want to really have so many clients.
Yes.
It's just enough to sustain yung aking investments and also day-to-day expenses. So, ano ba yung dapat kong gawin now? Kailangan ko ba daw ma-outgrow tong jeans and black ko? Paano ba siya?
You need, yung for me, unang-una mong gagawin is you invest.
Okay.
In everything, di ba? It's when you're starting a business, you invest.
Yeah.
You invest in your capsule collection.
Okay.
Like yung mga basics.
Okay.
Na dapat meron ka sa closet that you could play around with it.
Okay.
So, yung mga colors na, alam mo yun, basic colors, dapat meron ka. Black shirt,
Black,
white,
gray,
mga ganyan.
white, yeah.
And then, later on, you can just add and accessories and all that para it's easier.
Okay.
I have one friend, sabi niya, I wanted to see your closet. Ako daw.
Okay.
Sabi niya, I don't have clothes. Wala talaga.
Huh?
Sabi niya, no, I don't believe you. Always
Ako
say
rin,
you don't have
believe you.
clothes. Ganyan. Tapos one time, in-invite ko siya sa bahay. Tapos nakita niya yung closet ko. Kakapiranggot nga lang.
Talaga?
Oo. Tapos sabi niya, yeah, it's true, Italian. Sabi niya, it's true, you don't have clothes. I told you, I don't have a lot of clothes.
Sa babae, di ba? I don't have anything to wear, pero sobrang dami.
Sobrang dami. So, yun, sa akin, hindi. Wala. So, I invested. You invest on key pieces.
Key pieces,
Oo.
okay.
Tapos, that's how you play around and mix and match.
Paano ko malalaman yung key pieces ko? Like, ano ba? Kasi sa lalaki shirt, polo shirt, iba, khaki pants.
Mas madali nga sa inyo eh.
Oh.
Kasi, kahit simple shirt and jeans, parang you just play with the colors, but you have to make sure that it's the right color for you. But with accessories, watch. You need
Watch
to
talaga.
own at least
Hindi naman
one
dahil watch girl
No,
Dubai.
no.
Okay,
No,
okay.
dati hindi ko naintindihan. Pero now that I'm in this industry, naintindihan ko na kung bakit.
Okay.
Kasi even when I was still in fashion, I had clients na who would shop with me. Pag tinignan ko, naka-t-shirt lang and shorts. Tapos minsan, syempre, that's like what I've said, people judge the book by its cover.
Yeah.
Minsan isipin ko, wala, ano ba to? Pag,
May pera
hindi
ba?
ako nakita ng mga brands nung mga panahon na yon, parang hindi to, wala tong pera. But makikita mo may watch.
Yeah.
Naka-short and shirt lang, pero may nice watch.
Yan ba yung tinatawag nila na quiet luxury? Yun rin ba yun?
Well, it's not really quiet luxury. Depende
Kasi
pa
kita
rin
mo
sa
siya.
brand. Depende pa rin sa brand na. Kasi may mga watches na very extravagant na talagang conversation piece pag nakita mo. Pero meron ding mga models na wala. Kailangan mong tutukan para malaman mo, Patek pala to.
And teka, dahil na-mention yung quiet luxury na, gusto ko rin malaman ano ba talaga yung quiet luxury na yun?
Quiet luxury? Well, to me kasi quiet luxury, it's something na hindi mo pinangangalandakan the brand na you're wearing. If it doesn't say puro brands.
Yeah.
Dolce & Gabbana, meron dito.
Yeah.
LV. Alam mo yun, na
Oo.
parang
Ikaw na yung naging signboard.
walking signboard.
So, anong take mo sa mga ganun?
Sa akin, that's my biggest fashion, ano bang tawag doon? Red flag?
Di ba mga Pinoy usually parang nakita ko, sorry guys well, hindi tayo
Hindi naman lahat.
Hindi
Pero,
naman namin
Pinoy,
lahat.
Hindi lang Pinoy.
Hindi lang Pinoy,
Oo.
okay. Sa dami ng mga nakausap ko na branded lahat and all, pero sila yung may balance sheet na negative. Nakakagulat lang. Pero may lalapit sa akin, nagpapatulong sa finances nila, wala talaga. Tapos yung balance sheet nila, sasabog ka, magugulat ka talaga. Parang wala sa itsura. So, napansin ko lang sa mga Pilipino na may ganun. And I think, ito yung gusto ko sa discussion natin right now is because yung luxury is really not something na you just have to wear na kailangan may brand ka and
yes.
Ano na.
But I also had that instance. Kasi it's not just other people. I myself have experienced that. Kasi especially, it's a human nature, especially if you didn't grow up in the luxury world. Pag hindi yun yung background mo, or if you're new to that world. Diba? Na pag nakita ka, Chanel yung bag niya. Alam mo yung parang big deal. Kasi it gives you a different feeling if you're wearing that brand. So I cannot really blame them. Diba? Pero for me, parang pag you understand how it is. So even with watches, there was a time na I felt intimidated with, kasi meeting different people, mga may millionaires, billionaires. So inisip ko, oh my God, mga real watch collectors to. Tapos I need to have a watch na para to belong. To belong ba? 'Di ba? Baka hindi nila ako i-entertain. Kasi ang watch ko is ganyan. So bili ako ng watch, bili akong Rolex. Alam mo 'yun, parang to fit in sa akin. Pero eventually when I started to get to know my clients, get to know the people, personally, especially yung mga real watch enthusiasts and watch lovers, they don't care about the watch on your wrist. Parang they won't judge you with what you're wearing. They're more interested in the history, the craftsmanship, the story of your watch. Kasi pag yung genuine ba, yung love nila sa watch, parang walang judgment.
Okay. Kasi parang talagang to each its own, di ba? Parang,
yes. So dumaan din ako sa ganong phase na gusto ko din branded. Ganon.
Pero eventually, lahat yata tayo.
Lahat.
Parang sa akin siguro naman hid na lang ako. Na regardless branded or what's important to me is yung conversation natin, yung relationship, if it's going to be parang mutual, it's gonna help us grow each other.
Yes.
Yun yung important sa akin.
No, I woke up one day, opened my closet, kasi nung yung nasa Fashion Avenue, everyday, nasa mall ako. So everyday may uwi akong nabili sa mall. Ganon. So open ng closet, ano to, binili mo, okay, nasuot mo ba ng ilang beses? Tapos mapapatanong ka, ba't ko to binili? Diba? Tapos sayang yung pera.
Yes.
As eventually, binenta mo na. Kasi bukod sa nagko-consume ng space, hindi mo na nasusuot. Tapos, nabenta mo ng palugi.
Yeah.
So,
it does happen.
Wala. Sayang pera.
So yun guys, sayang pera. So I think ang key takeaway ko dito is you'd really buy the things that really mean something for you and not because of what others have said about it, di ba?
Yes.
I think hindi naman yung purpose itong ating episode, or ng entire podcast is to really become intentional with your finances. So guys, as we come to a close, gusto ko sanang i-share mo yung message mo with other fellow Filipinos na interested sa pag-invest with luxury without breaking the bank or without losing all their money, and most importantly is without losing their values, kasi it's so important for us sa discussion natin today, yung what you've shared about putting money in luxury.
Well, if you want to invest in luxury, you need to read a lot. You need to ask a lot of questions.
Okay.
If you see, it's social media is open to everyone. It's very accessible. They can easily, get in touch with you for finance. You can talk to me if you want to invest in watches. So approach those people who you think who could help you. Kasi hindi lahat ng luxury brands is an investment. Hindi lahat ng Rolex is investment. So you really need to research. You need to ask questions, and you need to approach the right people to help you invest your money wisely.
So ano yung mga filtered list of brands mo or timepieces that you think could become worth their money?
Of course, Rolex. Anywhere you go, they know
Rolex
Rolex.
yeah.
Kung maubusan ka ng pera while you were somewhere in Europe, pwede mo i-flip yung Rolex mo. And everybody knows it.
Okay.
What else?
Rolex.
Patek Philippe.
Okay.
Even Omega.
Okay.
Merong models ang Omega na once you step out of the store, yung value niya is baba na.
Talaga? Ano yung kotse?
But, meron ding models ang Omega na tumataas yung value. So
ang safe,
it really depends. Parang,
okay.
oo.
So safe would be Rolex talaga. Safest of the
Rolex.
Okay.
Yes.
So guys, Rolex, hindi Jolex, okay?
Hindi Lolex.
So for those na attend sa workshop ni Grace on the 23rd of May, it's happening sa Novotel, 7 p.m. And I'll put the entire details dun sa description na itong episode na to so that you guys can register for free and be part of this Proangat series that we are building. Kasi we really want to empower Filipinos. Like we were talking kanina ni Grace offline na ang mga Filipinos talaga dito have all the opportunity in the world. Dubai is a small place na talagang packed with opportunity. Ang daling mag-business, ang daling mag-connect with people like Grace and other successful people. And like in my personal experience, connecting with successful quote-unquote people sa Philippines, ang hirap ma-reach. Pero dito, everyone is willing to help each other out. Kailangan mo lang lumabas, get yourself out there. Like sinabi kanina ni Grace, punta ka lang kahit sa feeling mo, walang sense yun, pero you'll never know kung sinong mamimit mo eh.
Make sure na you make it sense. Ano ba? Make it make sense? Tama ba?
Make it intentional sa pagpunta. Like, I remember when I was doing mga networking events na ganyan, I always attend kahit sabi mo na, parang talagang hindi man to related sa personal finance, pero I just want to make sure na may mimit akong isang tao na baka nandun yung magbibigay sa akin ng isang idea that can be useful for what I want to accomplish in life, which did happen. It did happen. Mm-hmm. And siguro yun din yung reason how I got connected to you some years back, right? Pandemic days pa yata yun. Pero you'll never really know. Kaya if you're someone who has huge dreams dito sa UAE nang pumunta ka rito and baka by Sunday maglalaba ka lang or what, bigyan mo yung sarili mo ng 1 or 2 hours of your time, malay mo, nandun yung opportunity that you're looking for. Diba? That's why I want you to be there. So Grace, yun lang. Maraming salamat. And how can our listeners get in touch with you para matulungan mo rin sila katulad ko na kailangan ng tulong mo when it comes to styles and
well, you can check out my Instagram. I'm very active on Instagram. So follow my Instagram.
Sipag sa Instagram, seryoso.
Yeah, because you have to it's nakakapagod
Yeah.
Pero I really have to make an effort for people to remember that I'm here and this is what I'm doing.
Yeah. Makikita nyo kung saan yung mga na-access nyo ng mga limited people lang can go. And ang ganda, sobrang sabi ko, ang sipag ni Grace. Saludo ako kasi ang hirap gumawa ng content na ginagawa niya. So that wraps our episode for today. But before I let you go, I hope you can listen sa other episodes ng Pera and Purpose Podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and other podcast streaming platforms. Muli, ito si KJ, kasama si Grace Soriano, telling you to prosper with a purpose. See you sa next episode. Bye-bye!